What's up, Visuals fam, and welcome to a video that has been very highly requested from all of you guys for quite a while. So I felt like it's about that time that I made it. So what we're going to be doing today is taking a look at my current gaming and streaming setup. And I'm going to go ahead and stress the word current because my setup is always evolving, but I think I have it to a point where I'm happy with it enough to show it off to you guys, explain the gear choices that I made, and how I get it all to work with each other to bring you the streams you see every week. So let's go ahead and roll that intro and get after it. Let's go.
URCD Key has discounted codes for games and software that are a fraction of what you would pay if you purchased them from a retail store. More specifically, they have great prices on their Microsoft Office 2016 bundle that comes with a Windows 10 license as well. If that's not enough, you can also use my promo code RAV20 to receive 20% off the already discounted price. Just type in your product you're looking for, add it to the cart, view your cart, head to the checkout, type in my promo code, once again, RAV20, and see the sweet savings appear. Check the links in the video description to learn more.
Alright, so I know I already did an updated kind of like office setup video earlier this year, but that was mainly focused on my space as a whole, and in this video we're going to be more focused on the actual streaming aspect of my setup and how it all works. So naturally, this will probably end up being a pretty lengthy video, and I'll have some timestamps down there in the description for you guys, so that way you can go ahead and skip around to the part of the setup that you want to see if that's what you want to do. But I'm going to show you my setup of gear that I've built up and that I feel is a very happy balance between budget and going fully crazy on a streaming setup, and I think I'm able to put out a really good product with this balance of gear and budget. So my current system is running an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X 8-core 16-thread processor with an ASRock X570 Taichi motherboard. It has 32 gigabytes of Corsair Vengance RGB Pro 3200 megahertz memory and EVGA GeForce RTX 2080 8GB black card, which is a big part of this streaming setup, and I'll get to why that is in a bit. It has a Corsair H115i RGB Platinum liquid CPU cooler, tons of storage. I won't even go into all of it, but then it also has a Corsair RMX 850 watt gold certified modular power supply. And recently I've also been using the Creative Sound Blaster AE5 Plus for my amp and DAC combo as well to get my really sweet sound in my games and video watching. This is all tucked inside the roomy and flashy Corsair Crystal 570X RGB mid-tower case with more fans and RGB strips that you could ever think of to make it pop as well. And all of our parts that we just listed, they're going to be in the description below for you guys, so if you guys were curious and wanted to pick them up, they'll be there for you. Now you can already see that this is a very capable gaming PC right off the bat, and the reason that it is great for streaming as well is that I have an RTX 2080 doing most of the heavy lifting using its NVENC encoder to take a ton of the load off of my 3700X, while I also have that 8-core 16-thread processor to take care of all the other things that I add into my stream, like my overlays and fancy graphics that constantly pop up while you guys are watching my stream. This combo has given me the ability to stream at 1080p 60 frames per second with absolutely zero drop frames, and I couldn't be happier with it. Okay, so now that we got the PC out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of go into vlog style, which I haven't done in a little while, with the next bit of the video, and go through the pieces of my desk setup back here that make my streams possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip around and take a look at what we have back here. All right, you guys, so here is the setup as you can see. And what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to kind of casually walk you guys through a few things that make this setup, you know, possible, and what I use to kind of make sure I, you know, bring you guys the content that you guys watch every time I stream. So starting with, you know, I'll start with this right here since you guys all know what this is. This is the Tonar boom arm that you guys all know and love right here. This thing's awesome. This thing holds my Blue Yeti microphone right there that I use to talk to you guys with. It's got a pop filter, everything like that, and it's just wired underneath my desk, so it's really awesome. And this Blue Yeti is a great mic and has done super well for me. It's got all the adjustments on the back, and I just leave it in cardioid mode talk right into the front of it here, and I think it sounds pretty good. So if you guys like the way that audio sounds in my streams and whatnot, let me know and I will do like a dedicated video on just what those settings are. Okay, so let's take a look at my peripherals, you guys. You guys have pretty much seen these in most of my videos probably. So these are the Sound Blaster H6 headphones. They're wired into my sound card in the PC right there, the AE5 Plus. And they sound really awesome with that sound card, so I would highly suggest these if you guys want to pick up a really nice budget set of headphones. I'm pretty sure they're like 75, 80 bucks, and they sound awesome, and they drive really nice sound cards like the one I got. Let's see, my keyboard and mouse, the Logitech, I believe that's the G703, and this is the G915 low profile right here. Both wireless, no wires at all, very cool. Both have light speed, really awesome. Did a full video on those things too if you want to see them. And then right here, this is actually just a little like $5 stand I found on Amazon. I'll link that in the description below if you guys want to see it. And it just holds my phone. That way, whenever I'm streaming, I can, take phone calls, or I just see messages pop up if I don't catch them on my watch. Because I don't really like to wear my Apple Watch while I game, because it kind of gets in the way of my keyboard. But yeah, so I just leave my phone right there. That way I can see my messages and respond to people and stuff. And then of course, the gaming glasses are always here because I wear these while I game most of the time, especially when I play Call of Duty. The gaming chair, you guys know about this thing. That is the Easy SMX big and tall gaming chair. Did a video on that as well. If you guys want to see it, make sure you just look at my videos. It's in there. And then moving over here, this is my laptop. I don't really use this for my streams, but I could if I wanted to. It's just there. I use that to do videos most of the time, and like if I need to use 2 different computers for something, I just use that. That's why it's there. And then if I play games that require a gamepad, this is the gamepad that I have been using for a few years actually, also from Easy SMX. This is their Xbox 360 wireless controller right here, and I love it. Grippy, it has a really cool look to it, and yeah, it works really awesome. And yeah, just plug this into the top of the computer over there, the little USB dongle, and it works. And yeah, this thing has just absolutely just worked right out of the box from day one, so love that thing. Put some rechargeable batteries in it, and it's awesome. So yeah, there you go. Let's go ahead and go to the thing that really matters back here. And this is the camera that I am now using as my webcam. Let me actually move this way so you guys can see it better. This is the Sony a6000, and this is my old camera that I actually started photography and videography with, you guys. So this was sitting on the shelf back here with my lenses back there, along all my old lenses. That was just sitting on the shelf for a long time. Even in my old office, it was sitting back there. And I really didn't have a use for it because I use my A7 III that I'm shooting this on right now. And I also have my A6500, which is right here. I use as my top-down camera for a lot of the videos you guys see. So I have those 2 cameras that I use, and this thing was just kind of sitting there collecting dust until I discovered that I can get something like this guy right here. So this is the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable 2 Plus, I believe it's called, with a 4K pass-through. What I use it for is just to put an HDMI cable in the back here, and then I run that. I honestly just sit this behind my monitor right here and it stays. I run that HDMI cable to the side of the A6000, and that enables me to use this guy as a really advanced webcam now, guys. And that's what gives it that more, I feel like, professional look, and kind of makes my background a little bit blurry. And I think it looks so much better. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below with my recent streams, but I love it. And you might be wondering, because I've done a video on these cameras before, and I mentioned their battery life really sucks. So the way you get around that, and the way you make sure that your camera can keep running throughout your entire stream and not shut off on you, other than overheating issues. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I've already had that happen with streams before, where I go for a long time. I streamed, I believe, for like 3 or 4 hours, and this thing tends to get a little hot, and sometimes it will turn off. All you gotta do, turn it off, turn it back on, press the button right here, and then it comes back on. So it's just unfortunate if you don't notice it, so your face cam might be off for a minute, but it hasn't been too bad. If I stream for like an hour and a half or something like that, it doesn't happen, but I'll just have to see how it does moving forward. Anyway, back to the battery stuff. So if you're wondering about the battery life, I would not recommend just using a regular battery. It will die on you. It will die very quick as well using 1080p 60, because that's the max that camera can run at. So what I do suggest is using what's called a dummy battery. And this thing basically
has a charging cable that runs into the side of the camera here. I'll just pull it out for you guys so you guys can see it. Let me see if I can grab it. Where is that latch? There you go. So it's one of these little guys. So it looks just like the Sony NW50 battery, I believe it's called. And yeah, it's basically a dummy battery with a charging cable that runs to a, you know, power source that runs all the time. That way, this is always inside of your camera and you will never run out of battery. So that thing is invaluable. I've been using these for years with my videography gear. I actually have another one on my A6500 right here that I use literally every time I film stuff top down for you guys. So I just bought another one and I put it on this. And now that enables me to, yeah, just put this down to a power supply down here. And yeah, now I have a full camera, like running battery forever. And yeah, very, very cool setup. And the tripod back here is just an old man Frodo tripod that I bought forever ago. I think, again, this was like the first tripod I ever bought. So yeah, you guys could probably get whatever you want. Something that will just, you know, enable you to put it in the position that you want. I wanted it right above that monitor right there, and this tripod enabled me to do that. That's it. And you guys might see this is my old webcam right here. I still have it. I may use it if I want to stream and use multiple cameras, you know, and switch between them. So I still have it there, but it's not being used right now, so it's just sitting there. Okay, so now with the camera too, you guys might be wondering, but Rick, there's no lens on it. That is because I use the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens. And yeah, I'll show some B-roll of it right now. I can't show it to you on the camera because it is actually on this camera right now that we're using. So yeah, I'll show some B-roll of it for you guys. And of course, it's linked down below. But yeah, that's what I use to get the wide field of view from back here. I'll kind of simulate it right here. Let me put it where the camera is. So it kind of gives me that shot that you guys see when I'm streaming. It looks like that. So there you go. It gives me a little bit of a wider field of view. The wider lenses like that I got right there, you're able to use those in very tight spaces, like this right here. And I think it'll work for you guys if you have a similar situation as me. Okay, one more thing I wanted to point out is something that usually gets overlooked with streaming setups, and that is actual like lighting and background lighting. So as I said before, I have this little guy right here. That's kind of just like an ambient light, little bounce light. Sometimes it bounces light on the side of my face, and it looks kind of cool. I have the LEDs around the desk, which also add to the ambiance. You know, my computer does, whatever game I'm playing does too sometimes. But what I use for my main key light is what it's called, that actually lights your face, is the nano leaves. I actually have the ability with the app. I don't leave them like you see them right now because they would just be, you know, puking a bunch of weird RGB colors all over my face, and that would look not look nice. So what I actually do is I go into the Nanoleaf app right here. Well, before I stream, I basically just adjust this over to this guy right here. Where is it? Let me see if I can get it. There it is. So then I just change it to just a regular warm white, and I turn it on right there, and it just puts a nice little, you know, regular like white light on my face. And that's it. That's kind of what I use as my main key light while I'm streaming. And then back here, if you guys will notice, I put some LED strips back here on my little shelf just to give that a nice little color pop in the background, because I really didn't have anything. I think all I used to have is that little cube back there, and I used to run that, but it kind of dies, you know, after streaming for a little while. So I needed to get something else, and I just got that shelf. And of course, it comes with a little what do you call it, a little remote, and I can change all the colors and stuff here. I'll just show you. Let's see if I can get it to do it. There you go. Yeah, I can just change the colors forward and backwards, whatever. And it can be whatever color I want. So I'm going to go ahead and use orange right now because I think it looks cool. And then along with lighting is the main key light. This is what I use when I'm sitting here doing my talking heads in front of the camera over there. This is what lights my face. And the cool thing about this light right here, it's from GVM, or Great Video Maker, as they call it. I'll show you the logo right there. I think you guys can see it. Maybe it might be a little dark, sorry. But what you can do on the back of this thing is you can actually adjust the color of it. So it's RGB and everything like that. You just press this, and I can make it whatever color I want. So I can show you like on my setup right here. I can just press that button, that I can do this and make it whatever color I feel like. I can go through the entire spectrum of RGB colors, which is really cool. Lighting is key, so make sure you guys take that into account. And the stuff that I use in this, again, that will be in the description as well, so you guys can pick some stuff up like that if you guys wanted to use it.
All right, so now that you guys have seen all that and what I use to make my streams possible, let's go ahead and look actually in the computer and show what kind of software I use and the different overlays I use to make my streams possible.
All right, so now that we are over here in my computer, I can kind of show you guys just a quick run through of what I use to actually display my stream on the software side. So normally the first thing I do is boot up OBS Studio right here that has all of my different levels for my mic like that. You can see it bouncing right there. Has all of my different screens. We will get to those in a minute. Has my stuff for multi-streaming with Restream, all that. And this is basically the software that I use to kind of mix and put all my different things into the stream that you guys see all the time. And I'm not going to fully go through it in this video. Again, like I said, I'll do a follow-up video that shows you each setting that I use if you guys want to see that. But right now, I just kind of want to really quickly run through on what I use for software. So let me show you guys real quick. The first things I normally do whenever I stream is I come right up here and I have to go to the live dashboard on YouTube, set this all up right here, make sure that my thumbnail's correct, all that kind of stuff, make sure the name's correct. I got to do the exact same thing on Twitch. You got to go to my Twitch channel and make sure that's all set up as well. And then the next thing I do is I always go to Epidemic Sound, where I get my music for my videos and stuff like that. And I make sure I find a playlist of copyright-free music, and I use that while I'm streaming. And if you guys wanted to join Epidemic Sound, I have a link in the description below if you guys wanted to get yourselves a subscription to this so you can find some copyrighted or uncopyrighted music for your streams and everything like that. So I have to make sure all those are set up before I stream. And then another thing I got to do when I go to my desktop here is I have to make sure my stream labels are turned on. Those are those things that you guys see pop up during my stream all the time when you guys subscribe, do all those kind of things, and it makes it look cool. So I got to make sure all that different stuff is on before I even press the start streaming button. And then moving on to the little screens that I use, you guys can see right here, my starting screen looks like this. You guys have seen this before. That's my main starting screen right there. My just chatting screen, it looks like this. We're just chatting, and then when you guys are talking to me, my chat comes up right here. And then, of course, my in-game screen right there. So there is my little in-game thing right here. And normally you'd see a game displaying right here. And all these little boxes are different things that comes with this software that I'm using, or this little overlay pack that I bought. But I just turned them off because all I want to see is this right here and then my game. So this pack that I bought is actually from a site called Nerd or Die. You guys may have seen these before. And I really like this synthwave one. There's actually an ending screen too. I always forget to use this, but anyway, let me go ahead and go back to this recording. So yeah, I always forget to use that, but yeah, the site that I got those from is called Nerd or Die. I'll show that to you guys right now. It's right here. And yeah, you guys can install these. It tells you how to do it with Streamlabs, OBS, Stream Elements, all that different stuff. And it gives you all those different really cool screens that you guys see me stream with. And that was the look that I was going for, so I was really glad they had it. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. And you guys can see right here, I'm showing you guys exactly what my camera looks like. You guys can see the background lighting that I was talking about before. And that's really it as far as the software that I use. All I do after that is pretty much just go over here, press start streaming, talk to you guys, and play a bunch of games.
All right, so I really hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at all of my streaming gear and all of like the little things that I use to make my stream possible and hopefully a little cooler for you guys every time I go live. So now let's transition to family time. And today's question from the Visuals fam comes from Saria Samu. Hopefully I said that right. If I butchered it, I'm really sorry. And they say, can all FreeSync monitors be set to enable G-Sync? So short answer here, yes, sort of. But you need to keep in mind that not all monitors fully support it. So you may run into some stability issues with certain models. There's a cool article on PC Gamer that has a great little piece showing some of the top G-Sync compatible FreeSync monitors out there. And I think that will really help you out with that. So hopefully that answered your question, and hopefully you find the right monitor. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me today, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful or entertaining at least. And if you did, be sure to drop the video a like so I know you guys are enjoying this type of content. And along with that, if you really do enjoy my content and you want to be a part of the Visuals fam, be sure to get subscribed with those notifications on so you will always know when a new video or stream will be going live on the channel. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Later.